Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chapter 5, Practice Problems. We're going to be looking at time value of money calculations. As we go through this week, we're going to be looking at future values, present values, and being able to calculate the rates and number of periods in a time value of money problem. So let's begin with the first one. We're looking at problem 5.1. Here's the question. If you deposit $100 in an account earning 5% annually, how much would you have in the account after 3 years? So with this problem, we are looking for the future value amount that we will have after 3 years. Now, one of the best ways to work out time value of money problems is to use a timeline and to understand how that works. So if you're not sure how to use a timeline on this, go back to the PowerPoint slides and it will discuss how to use a timeline in order to visualize and graphically show time value of money problems. So for this one, we're looking to calculate the future value. And in any of these time value of money problems, you need at least 3 inputs in order to calculate the fourth. So for this one, we need to know what our present value is. We need to know what our I, or our interest rate, is. And then the number of periods of compounding that we have in this problem. So for this one, we have an account that we deposit $100 in. So we are going to have that a negative $100. And the reason it's negative is because we are going to view this problem as money coming out of our pocket. So a negative cash flow means money that's coming out of our pocket, and a positive cash flow means money that's coming back in. So if we would deposit this money, this $100, into the bank, that means it's going to be coming out of our pocket. The interest rate that we're looking at, earning 5% annually. So we're going to plug in 5%. And number of periods, we're going to have it in there for 3 years. 3 is our NPER. Now, there's a couple different ways to do time value money calculations or functions in Excel. The first one is to use this function button, insert function here at the top. So if you click on that, that will give you a list of a number of the functions that are used in Excel. So the best way to do this is to type in future value on go, and we find FV right here is what we're looking for. So we want the FV function for future value. We click OK, and then it gives us a prompting here for the arguments or the inputs that we need in order to calculate this. So it shows that we need a rate, we need number of periods, we need a payment, present value, and a type. Now, remember, we only need 3 out of these 5 in order to do a full calculation of time value money. So the 3 that we actually have is rate, number of periods, and present value. Be careful. Do not confuse payment and present value. We will talk about payment in Chapter 6, but right now, payment and present value are not the same thing. A present value is a one-time lump sum deposit. A payment is a recurring sum that happens in the problem. So the rate we have here is 5%. Okay, notice I don't type in 5%. I'm actually going to use cell referencing. E8 here, so I can just click on the cell, make sure my cursor's in this box. Click on the cell, E8, and it pops it in there so it says, okay, hey, when you run this function, look for the value that's in E8. Number of periods, my cursor's in the NPER box. We have 3 that's there. We're not using payment. We're using a present value. We have that. Present value is $100. Notice once I have a number, enough arguments, enough inputs here, it gives us an estimated value. And we have 115.7625, which we are done there. We click OK, and we hit 115.76. That is one way you can do it. Another way you can do this is actually just type in a function by hitting equals. And if you know the function is future value, type in FV. Notice it finds the FV. It'll give you a whole list. You can click on that, or you can double click on that, or you can just type in the parentheses, and then it gives you a prompt here below. It says, okay, and the next thing I need is the rate, which is 5%. So I'm going to click on 5%. Notice using cell referencing again, comma, I have to type in a comma. So then it needs a number of periods, which is 3. Once I enter E9, I press comma again. The next argument is payment, which we don't have. So I'm just going to hit a second comma there. And then it needs a present value of $100. Once I have those 3 arguments in, I can close the parentheses and hit enter. And that shows that if I deposit $100 in an account that earns 5% annually, we should have $115.76 after compound interest.